Hello everyone, welcome to Quality Thought. This is Faisal Khan, your Salesforce Master Trainer in the Quality Thought. And today's in this video, we are going to discuss something very important. And this concept is sharing rules. Okay, so we are going to discuss something about sharing rules. Now, what exactly the sharing rules is? You see, sharing rules is also a part of sharing settings. Let me take you to the sharing settings here. Right, sharing settings, and here you see, as we discussed in the previous videos, this OWD here, OWD is the first part of sharing settings. Later we also discussed something about grant access using hierarchy, right? And now if you observe, if you scroll down, here comes the sharing rules. Okay, now what exactly the sharing rules is all about? You see, let me take some scenarios. Let me take some question. Okay, our simple requirement here is OWD. Here OWD of account object is private. Just imagine OWD of account object is private. Okay, now this private means only a record owner will be able to see the records. Simple. And here there are 10 users. So let me write it down here. Users, there are 10 users. Okay, 10 users. Among these 10 users, just divide, let me divide these things. Okay, 9 are the agents, 1 is manager. Okay, there are 9 agents and 1 manager. Just imagine like this. Okay, 9 agents, okay, 1 manager. Now why am I implementing rules on it? You see, why am I implementing agents and the manager? You see, just because I also want to include grant access using hierarchy on it. You see, and we all know account is a standard object. Account is a standard object, so grant access using hierarchy by default it will be checked. And when it is checked, that means that this manager have access to see these 9 agents records. Okay, so here let's see, this 9 man, this one manager, grant access using hierarchy is checked. Okay, it's checked. So one manager can see the records of 9 agents. Okay, just because grant access using hierarchy is checked. Okay, now let's create one scenario. Okay, now here question or the requirement is, the proper exact requirement is, among these 9 agents, okay, they should be able to see each other's records. Okay, even this 9 agents must see the each other's records. What I have to do, I can simply go and change this access from private to public read only. So at that time what happens, these 9 agents can see the records of each others. But when I say specific users, like 5 users must see the records of 4 other users. Okay, now users in here in the sense agents. Okay, let's say 5 agents and 4 other users, in the sense these are also agents. Okay, so what happening now, if I make it private, if I make change from private to read only, now in this situation all the 9 users can see each other's records. But that's not my actual requirement. My actual requirement here is only 5 users should be able to see those other 4 users records. Okay, how is that possible now? That's possible using sharing rules. Okay, now Sharing rules, it will help sharing the records, between the users, right? And again, there are two types of sharing rules. You see, there are two types of sharing rules. The very first sharing rule is owner based, okay. The other is criteria based, okay. Now, what does it mean by owner based and what does it mean by criteria based? For example, you see, owner based sharing rules here, we can share one user's records with another user. It's simple, depends on the record owner, okay. Owner based in the sense record owner, okay. So now one record owner can share its their record with another records or another owner, okay. For example, simple, record owner will share the records with other users or other owners, obviously. And again, here owner is nothing but the user, simple. Now, criteria based is like a condition depending on the fields, okay. So here criteria based is like a conditional based sharing, depending on the field, okay. Now, if you focus on this question, there are 5 users or 5 agents, okay, must see the records of other 4 agents, okay. Now, this can be possible only with the help of owner based, because here whenever a user comes, you have to go for the owner based sharing. Whenever a field comes, you have to go for the criteria based sharing. And now, when the owner come, when can we involve owner, when can we involve the field? Let's see that in the question number 2. Here the second question comes, okay. You see, all the records, okay, it doesn't matter who create the record, who's the owner of the record. It doesn't matter among those 5 or 9. It doesn't matter even the manager. No, it doesn't matter at all. So 9, all the records created by any user, okay. If the rating is hot or any other value, it has to be shared with 5 users, okay. And now these users are, again, it can be a agent, it can be a manager, it can be any role, okay. It doesn't matter, depends on the project to project. You will get the roles, you will get the requirements. And here, if you see this second question, there is a clear condition and clear mention of a particular field called rating out here, right? Since there is a involvement of a field, you have to opt criteria based sharing, and this can be done. Let me show you how. Just imagine this account sharing rules is the option. Here I'll go click on new, and here you can clearly see there are 2 options, 2 rule types, that is record based on record owner. The other one is based on criteria. If you observe this record owner here very carefully, I'm getting something called owned by the member of, okay. If I go for based on criteria, I'm getting something called fields, okay. And you see, we can implement this, and again here we can specify the level of access to, like the same private, read only, or read write. There are 3 access. You see, read only, read write, right here, read only, read write out here, right, perfect. And then the private, okay. So to know more about this content or to know more about this sharing rules, we discuss in-depth analysis and in-depth scenarios based security things and scenario based security requirement, a real time requirements in our masterclass. And every month we start the new batch, and soon we are going to start a batch. Probably this will help you a lot in terms of understanding the rules and in terms of understanding the security models, etc. And we do in-depth analysis of securities in our main sessions. Okay. To know more about it, you please join our masterclass. And that's it about this video. Thank you for watching. Good day. Bye bye.